What's up everyone, a brand new HOH has been crowned and Lamar Odom has shit the bed, and that was the most random introduction I've ever done. So welcome to your live feed update. Alright folks, we'll start things off with a question of the day, and the question is, who out of all the house guests right now would you like to see evicted next? It's as simple as that folks, who out of all the house guests would you like to see evicted next? Alright folks, let's jump right into it. So last night we saw Teddi become the first celebrity evicted from the Celebrity Big Brother 3 house. And I mean, let's just talk about the Mon 1 twist for a second. That was kind of crazy with the whole nom now thing. I think a lot of people thought it was just going to have to be Cynthia basically putting a third person on the block, but no, it wasn't. I love these hot potato kind of games, these psychological games. Big Brother is lacking in those kind of things, and it has you on edge, you know. I feel like it had me on edge the way a double eviction does, where you kind of feel like anything could happen right now, and, you know, we haven't been able to sit and talk about it for several days, you know, and find out what's going to happen. It's literally, you know, this is happening right now, and we're about to find out what's going to happen, and I love it. I think we need more kind of things where it pits people against each other like that, because then it kind of gives a better chance of breaking up big block alliances. I really did enjoy that, and I had a sigh of relief when Chris Kirkpatrick got saved, because I thought this is going to come down to social games, and I thought Chris Kirkpatrick could be in trouble here. I was very happy he got saved, but anyway, this obviously did end up with Todd on the block, and Teddi was evicted. But let's move on, folks, to the brand new HOH. Our new HOH, our second HOH of Celebrity Big Brother 3 is, drumroll please, it's Chris Kirkpatrick. So, folks, there you go. Chris Kirkpatrick is the new HOH, and he will be making the next set of nominations. Now, for the other big headline of the live feed updates, Lamar Odom has indeed the bed. We've never talked about this on a live feed update before. There's a first for everything, and Lamar Odom doing such a thing is a great way to start, I guess, as far as great things go. So yeah, he did that, and then he basically confessed it to the whole world, and waltzed into the bathroom and basically said, everyone, talking to the cameras and the people in there, that's what I've done. And it's funny because he keeps talking about how he wants Khloe Kardashian back, and I don't necessarily think doing that, listen, I each to their own, but I don't necessarily think announcing that on national live feeds is such a great move in that game. In Big Brother, again, it's probably not the greatest move either, but hey ho, listen, Lamar, I've got to say for a second though, is extremely entertaining. He is that house guest that we get probably most seasons where they don't really know why they are in the house, and they are unintentionally funny. They're not trying to get laughs, they are just getting laughs from being themselves, and I salute him for that. He seems like a real kind of funny guy, in the fact that he is not trying hard to make people laugh, he is just naturally funny. So yes, I am liking Lamar Odom. He seems like a top guy, and I'm looking forward to seeing how far he goes in the competition. Now, of course, the big question that always comes with having a new head of household is, who are they going to target for eviction? And because this is Celebrity Big Brother, everything is a lot more fast-paced, and we are essentially throwing more and more coal onto the fire, speeding the process up even faster, which is great because it gives less time for people to think about their decisions and, you know, stop block voting, essentially. People scramble and people cause chaos because there is less time, which I am totally on board with. So anyway, people are discussing who they think Chris Kirkpatrick is going to nominate, and one of the conversations was Todrick and Shayna was kind of saying, or both of them were saying, you know, I don't know who Chris is going to target, but, you know, whoever he does, we should get on board with, even if it's Mariah. Now, I hope it's not a case of, you know, Mariah becomes that person who's on the block every single week, because if you are that person, you're not going to win the game, or very unlikely to, at least. Brittany became that person in Big Brother 23. Seems like a lovely, really down-to-earth girl. Really like Brittany. I expressed how much I like Brittany during the season. I hope Mariah doesn't become that person, because Brittany was so even in the post-season, Brittany just seems like the nicest kind of just normal person. I really like her vibe, and, you know, don't take advantage of somebody who's just kind of not necessarily going to be up in your face and say, I'm going to get you up and put them on the block. I guess it's Big Brother, it's the game, but hey ho, I just hope Mariah doesn't become that person. And one question I did want to bring up, actually, and I'd love to hear everybody else's thoughts in the comment section below, is what does everybody think of Mariah? Because I've seen a lot of people supporting her, possibly the most support out of every house guest. And then on the other side of things, I've seen a lot of people saying they don't buy her whole shtick of, you know, being that innocent kind of naive person. I am in the... I don't know which camp I'm in right now. I would say I'm probably in the... I'm supporting Mariah right now. But when obviously we discussed how she's apparently been very, very upset for several days while the live feeds have been off. I don't know if she's been in arguments with certain people, such as Chris Kirkpatrick and Todd or whoever. And it makes you think, is everything we're seeing really the case? I don't know. I'm yet to kind of make my mind up, but I'm definitely leaning towards saying she's nice. I might have to eat crow if that is totally the case. But if she has had aggro with Chris Kirkpatrick, it would make sense for her to go up on the block, even if it is just as a pawn. Because it seems from what Chris is saying that Mariah isn't necessarily the target. In a conversation later with Chris Kirkpatrick and Cynthia, Chris says to Cynthia something along the lines of, look, I need to tell you that you and Carson mean the world to me. I think, you are great people, but I can't make any promises in regards to what I'm going to do. That in translation is you are likely going to end up on the block. If there's someone in your head that you know you're not going to put on the block, you tell them that. If there's a chance, you tell them something like that. Just like Misha did with Teddi, in last night's episode when she came up to the HOH room and Teddi got really emotional, understandably. So yeah, I think it's very likely we're at least going to see Carson or Cynthia on the block. Carson, again, could be this person who gets put up every single week. He has proven very, very popular with the social game so far, and people are obviously targeting that. Earlier in that conversation with Todrick and Shayna, they were kind of discussing America's going to love Carson. They think he's great. Everybody in the house loves Carson. And then I think it was Shayna who said, look, we don't need another Ross, becoming runner-up and getting America's vote. And it's baffling to me how they're kind of starting to obsess themselves with this targeting of Carson. Especially the fan vote. I mean, thinking about that, that's where the ego comes in, isn't it? Right, not the game, but the ego of the fan vote. That's crazy. And, I saw a great tweet from Sarah at Nerdtainment. Go subscribe if you haven't already. She was saying, Todrick, having this obsession with targeting Carson is giving off the same vibe as Danny Donato and Nicole Franzel targeting Janelle in Big Brother 22 All-Stars. And I totally agree. I mean, very well said there. It's crazy to me. I think Todrick has started up there with people rooting for him, and it's slowly going down. I know there's a lot of people out there still rooting for him. I've seen comments, I've had people messaging me, and I've seen people on Twitter as well. So I know people are rooting for him. But I just think I think the stock in Todrick fan base is going down during his time on Big Brother. Let's just say that. Chris Kirkpatrick was talking to Todd at one point. I almost got my names mixed up there. Todd at one point, and he was basically saying, who do you think is a good idea to target? Is the yada yada yada, all these people, and Chris Kattan was brought up, and Todd thinks that Chris Kattan could be gunning for Todd, and I think he said something along the lines of as well. Todd said, I think it's Charles who's gunning for us, and I was like, Charles, and then Chris Kirkpatrick corrected him and said, you mean Carson? And yeah, that was that. So the names that are continually getting brought up is Carson. So the names that I've kind of been heard of: Carson, Cynthia, Mariah, a little bit of Chris Kattan. Chris Kattan, I think, was only really brought up by Todd. I don't think Chris Kirkpatrick is gonna do that. Chris Kattan, I think, would be a waste of a HOH to get him out. However, I think if Chris Kattan rises to head of household, that will be epic. Unpredictability will be sky high. Can't wait for that. But it does seem like it's going to be a combination of either Carson, Cynthia, or Mariah on the block this week. So, folks, let me know your thoughts on that. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. Please let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Lamar's incident? How do you feel about Chris Kirkpatrick as the new head of household? And who would you like to see him nominate for eviction? It's very likely we're going to get nominations today, with this being the fast-paced game. That usually happens on Big Brother anyway. We get the nominations the day after head of household. So yeah, I'm excited to see who it's going to be. Would you like to see Carson targeted, Cynthia, Mariah, anybody? Who would you like it to be? Even if it's Chris Kirkpatrick's closest ally, which is presumably Misha. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single last one of you. It means the world to me that you all support me. Just thank you so much. I hope that you're all staying safe, staying healthy, and staying happy out there. But folks, in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.